Well, good evening. Welcome to Grover Hill Zion United Methodist Church. Devotions from the kitchen table. I'm trying to get this out a day earlier. I'm trying to get this out on Wednesday so you can watch it in the storm, and you'll probably be on the move once the storm is over with. So we'll see where this goes. I'm going to talk to you about the storm. You know, I was up this morning. Well, I get up at 4:30, but I went out for a walk this morning about 5:30, and as I stepped outside, the snow was just starting about 5:30, and it was more like a mist. It wasn't rain, it was snow, but it was a real fine, misty type of thing. And I looked up into the sky, and of course the cloud cover just covered the entire sky, and I thought, wow, how beautiful is that? You know, even in the storm, God creates beauty, even in the midst of the storm. And sometimes it's hard for us to realize that there is indeed beauty in the storm. So anyway, as I went out there, I prepared myself to go through the storm because I didn't know how bad it was going to get. And it didn't get heavy until I finished my walk about 6 o'clock or so, a little before. But it's kind of neat walking in the storm too, even though you're going out into the storm. You know, if you're prepared for it, you can face the storm. And I got to thinking, you know, there have been other storms that I had to go through in life too. You had to be right out in the middle of those. I thought, you know, today is January 25th. Clear back in 1977. You know, that's what, 46 years ago? Wow. But back then, there was another storm that hit our area. A blizzard hit our area. January the 25th, 1977. Had everything all bottled up for about a week. At least I was in the National Guard then, and our unit was activated to go out and to help out in the storms. We made it through that storm because we were prepared for it. We were called out for about a week. But you know, lo and behold, 1 year to the date, January the 25th, 1978, a historical blizzard hit our area. Again, hit the Great Lakes area. This entire area was shut down. Oh my goodness. There again, I was called out in that. We were out in that stuff for a week. I don't know how long it took them to get things opened up here in the city, but we were called out for a week. And in that time, there were snow drifts higher than a 2-story house. Deep, big snow drifts. The snow in places just out on the sidewalks was waist deep in some cases. It really had things plugged up. But you know, we made it through that storm as well because of our training. Because we were trained to be out in weather like that. And we were prepared, and we had the equipment. We had the tools to be out in weather like that. So we made it through there. And there was a calm at the end of that storm and peace. And as I walked this morning, I not only thought about going through those storms and being prepared for them, I think I use a lot of music, or listen to a lot of music, and so I thought that these storms, we made it through those because we were prepared to do that, and there are storms in life as well that we have to go through as well. They're not always pleasant to go through. Of course they're not. They're not pleasant to go through. Oftentimes they're scary as we face those storms of life. And scary or not, we have to face those storms. We have to go through them. We have to be out in the middle of those storms, whether we want to or not. But I've discovered that I've been through many of those storms, and I know you have too. You're not going to tell me you haven't been through storms of life. But we can face those storms in our life as well by being prepared for those storms, being prepared in our hearts and our minds and our spirit, by knowing the promises of God and keeping our eyes and focus upon Jesus. And as I started to say a moment ago, I use a lot of music, or I listen to a lot of music, and I thought about a couple songs that tell of being out in the storm. And I'm just going to share with you just a few words, not the words to the entire songs, but just a few words. The first song that I thought about is called "Till the Storm Passes By," sang by the Gaither Vocal Band, but others have sung it too. And the words are, "In the dark of the midnight I have often hid my face, while the storm howls above me, there's no hiding place. Mid the crash of the thunder, precious Lord, hear my cry. Keep me safe till the storm passes by." When you're prepared, the Lord will keep you safe till that storm passes by. He'll keep you in His bosom forever. There's another song, perhaps I haven't heard it for a while. I almost forgot about it, but it came to mind. It's been around for a number of years now. It was written by a man called Ray Boltz. Powerful, powerful song. He's written many powerful songs. But just the end, toward the end of his song, a few of the lyrics are, "But it was in the night, through the storms of my life, that's where God proved His love to me." Then he says, "The anchor holds. Though the ship is battered, the anchor holds. Though the sails are torn, I have fallen on my knees as I face the raging seas. The anchor holds in spite of the storm." In spite of the storm, the anchor holds. And then let me close this out by just sharing with you a poem. It's an old poem. You may be familiar with it. You might want to pull it out and read it if you are, or look it up. It's called "Most Richly Blessed." And it's attributed to being the prayer of an unknown Confederate soldier. They had a very harsh life, being in captivity. But anyway, he writes, "I ask God for strength." Before I go any farther, let me just share that this is perhaps one of my favorite poems. We ask God, why do I have to go through this? But this poem encourages one to instead of asking God, why has this happened to me? The poem really kind of explains it. It may not be the answers we want, but the key is to realize that we have been blessed, and that as long as we're in Him, we should be happy. And he begins saying, "I ask God for strength that I might achieve. I was made weak that I might learn humbly to obey. I ask for health that I might do greater things. I was given infirmity that I might do better things. I ask for riches that I might be happy. I was given poverty that I might be wise. I ask for power that I might have the praise of men. I was given weakness that I might feel the need of God. I ask for all things that I might enjoy life. I was given life that I might enjoy all things. I got nothing that I asked for, but got everything that I had hoped for. Almost despite myself, my unspoken prayers were answered. I am among all people most richly blessed." Most richly blessed. Well, if we're prepared, we could face anything in life. good or bad, anything that Satan throws our way. And Jeremiah writes this in 17th chapter of his book, verses 7 and 8. Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. They will be like a tree planted by the water that sends out its roots by the stream. Whether in scorching sunshine or heat or in drought, that tree will thrive by just sending out its roots and into the source of life. And so I hope that's helpful to you. I just sit back and relax and enjoy this weather. Okay, have a blessed week.